guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Siri here again. So in today's video we'll be having just a chat. We'll be talking about how or what happened during my baby's naming ceremony, what my experience was, what I would do differently if given an opportunity to do so. Well, when given an opportunity to do so with the next kids, I'm definitely not having it this way. Yoruba culture particularly, you're required to have a naming ceremony 7 days after you've had your kid, after you've given birth. So I think on the 8th day, 7 days after. If I'm not sure, I will insert the exact thing, but I know it's 7 days after you've given birth to the child. So just like culture demands, yeah, I always knew we're going to have a naming ceremony. How the ceremony was going to be, maybe the details of it I wasn't so clear on. But the main thing for me was I wanted to respect tradition and like have my baby have her naming. So this day was so important, not just to me but to my family in general and my in-laws specifically, because this was their very first grandchild, and as Yoruba people, we know, they believe that you will celebrate that in grand style, and grand style they did. I wanted something more like a small ceremony. I wouldn't mind if it was like literally in our living room, someone to pray, and then we named the baby, few people. I felt it was going to be max 40 people. That wasn't the case. We had almost 200 people. I'm like, why so many people? Let's talk about the things that went wrong during my baby's naming. The very first thing was the fact that obviously it was just a week post surgery for me, and if you had a C-section, you know what that means. Like literally, you're still going through a whole lot of pain. Your body is still very much swollen. I don't know about like if you've given birth vaginally, if you're still swollen at that point, but in my case I was still very much swollen. Like I was more swollen than before I gave birth. So you're very much swollen, you're not in the mood to be greeting 100 people up and down. So that already was a bummer. The second thing was the fact that I sent my fabric to my tailor when I was in the hospital. Actually, a long time I had known the style I wanted to sew, which I will attach a picture, but I just had not I just had not bought the fabric. I kept on looking at different fabrics and I was so indecisive, and last minute I picked a fabric whilst I was in the hospital, so the fabric vendor delivered it for my tailor. This has nothing to do with my tailor, I don't think so, because she's really good, and like every time I've sewn different outfits with them, I'm always happy with results. But this particular one, see this outfit, it looked like, you know, when you see bag, that market bag that you hit like this, you know, when you folded the market bag and kept, then you want to go to the market and start hitting the bag. That's how this outfit looked like in my eyes. I did not like it for any reason. Like my husband's outfit was so good, like he looked great and stuff, and it's the same tailor that sewed the same obviously the same business, person that sews for ladies and person that sews for men, but it's the same business. And I was like, why would he look so good and I look trash? Like, I when he said pictures, I did not like this outfit for anything. Thing was my makeup. Yes, I know, like I just gave birth, I don't expect my face to be like before, but like my face without the makeup was 100 times better than with the makeup. And I made sure I told this lady to do a light makeup look, but I ended up looking like one mama, I don't know, mama what, mama who. I didn't like it at all. I just felt like it made me look so old and even more swollen than before. So I was just not happy on this person that wanted to ruin the day for me. Hey, it is well. My decor person, the rentals person that came to set up the tent. So I wanted like I don't know if we call it a gazebo. I don't know. I'll show you, like I will insert pictures of like open tent. And I had seen videos of how she had done this. Like I didn't go and inspire myself from another person's page and book another vendor. No. The same vendor I saw doing this particular one, I booked her, and if you see what she did for me, if you see the chairs she brought, If you see the flowers, if you see the decor, it was so terrible. Like, it was so terrible. I was like, did I pay? Was it my husband paid? But like, did we pay this much for this? Huh? I wanted to cry. Like, when I saw the look of the place already, I was already angry. Like, I didn't want anybody to near me. I was like, what is this? And as if that was not enough, our photographer, I don't know if they sent like the person that is still learning, or I don't know. But the pictures, I didn't post any pictures of my baby's naming. That's not because there was no photographer. There was. But I hated the pictures. I didn't like any picture. In fact, the pictures my friends took on their phones were better than the photographer's pictures. And assuming we've not used this photographer before, I would say, maybe. No, it was our wedding photographer. Obviously not, he didn't come. He sent one of his boys, but like, so all this added to the fact that I wasn't in a social mood. I didn't want to socialize with anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted the day to be done. And as if to make matters worse, my baby had not had her immunization yet. So in the hospital where I gave birth, they immunized like newborn babies on a Monday. She was born on Sunday. So she couldn't have collected immunization the next day she was born because we're still in the hospital. Not just because we're still in the hospital, obviously, like, they were checking her for jaundice and so many different things, so they won't give immunization at that point until they're sure that other things are okay. I'm not a medical doctor, you can do more research on that, but her immunization was going to be the following Monday, and this was happening on Sunday basically because it was like a week after she was born, like that week. Yeah, so I didn't want anybody carrying her. I'd already started warning my in-laws. I don't want anybody to carry the baby. My father-in-law was so much on ground with me. Nobody should touch her. Nobody should near her. My mom-in-law, on the other hand, was like, oh, and you know, some people will want to greet the baby. Some this. I said nobody should near my baby because she had not had immunization, and no, I would not want a sick newborn baby over my dead body. When you combine all these ingredients, you see that pot of soup. I don't know the soup that you hate the most, but that's the pot of soup on that day. I wasn't happy immediately after like the ceremony in terms of like the actual prayer and naming of the baby. Once I went upstairs, I pulled off the outfit. I wore literally normal house clothes. I removed the makeup, removed everything this babe did for me, washed my face, and I almost felt human again. So all the people that were coming inside to greet me, they were not greeting me as like the dressed up person they saw outside. I was now like dressed down, literally wore like a long shirt and tights. That was what I was wearing. I couldn't even take pictures with people after that because I was not in the mood. Also, I forgot the lady that did like the balloons, like the backdrop balloon for her. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I wanted. So even when she was like, and she came very late as well. I intended on taking pictures with my baby there before everybody came, but she came so late. So even when she was like, oh, hope you're happy, like she was such a good vendor. She was so kind. She kept on checking on me and stuff. But I was already in a bad mood. Then I was like, well, even the balloons, I don't even really like it. So just leave me. The best way to describe me on that day is mama bear. Like, I was ready to tear everybody when we had to carry baby, like for her naming to go downstairs. If you see the way I was holding her, it was like nobody should near this baby. Then I had to give her to my mother-in-law. So then I gave her to her. Literally everything they were saying, I was not looking at them, I was just looking at my baby. I'm like, I don't want the fan to blow near her. I don't want this to blow near her. And on that day, it actually rained, so the weather was a bit chilly. The way I covered her, the way I wrapped this girl, hey God. Anyway, lessons learned. For my next kids, I'm not doing a big event. If my in-laws want to do a big event, they'll do it on their own. But in our house, we'll host something very small. I'm sure my father-in-law would agree with me. I know it's my mother-in-law that likes big party. My father-in-law and I are on the same page. We don't like crowd and all of that. I'm definitely not doing a big event. If we had done something small, literally just in our living room, my friends, I didn't invite too many friends. I think my friends were like maybe 10 people. I'm saying 10 people and I wanted 30 people as well. But if we share 10, it will be more than that. But what I mean is that I want something small, really small, literally in our home. We may like set up something outside for like outsiders to sit if they want to rejoice, but no, I don't even want the outsiders to be more than 30 people. Like everything join should not be more than 60 people. Everything, people inside, people outside, it should not be more than that. Something really simple, just something beautiful but really simple. That's what I would do next. Also, I will not go and sew one special what do you call it, ashwebi type of this thing, because I feel like because I was really big and swollen at that point, the outfit was not going to be nice. You know how like all this ashwebi looks, it looks better when like your snatch and everything, they snatch your waist. There was no waist to snatch up, so I'm not going to do that. Next time I'll literally buy like a ready-made dress, like a nice dress, maybe a nice flowy white gown, just wear a nice little headpiece or something, maybe like a braid, something cute, like just something simple. And my simple wig. I don't know how to do makeup, but I'm hoping that before that year comes, I will know how to do simple makeup. Just put on my powder and be okay. I'm not gonna do anything big. In terms of photography, I feel like maybe the weather and also the decor from the decoration person made photography a lot worse, because like with good lighting and everything, photography would have been better. So for the next one, I will insist on our indoor pictures, the photographer to set up proper lights and like proper backdrop inside the house, or if there's like a spot that we feel like we don't need to put a backdrop and that spot is perfect, we use it like that, or like the proper studio feel in the house, so that the pictures we have, as in myself, my husband, my parents, his parents, and the baby, and like obviously the elder sister, yeah, and basically like our immediate nuclear family, to have like very beautiful pictures, because that's what is going to stay after the actual naming. But yeah, definitely something small, something just memorable, nice, cute, but small. Not doing any big party after this. The reason why those pictures pain me so much is because like if you see my baby, especially like even from when she was born, she is photogenic. She is a camera baby. How can pictures I took in the hospital, my husband took in the hospital of baby, be finer than her naming pictures? Like, how is that possible? And as beautiful and gorgeous as she was as a baby, as she keeps growing, she keeps getting prettier and prettier. And I will even attach pictures that I took on my phone, like after the naming, couple of days after and everything. They are way better than what I got on that day. That day I didn't like it. Yeah, so this was my own experience for my baby's naming ceremony. How did yours go? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm sure yours were like great and amazing and like dreamy, but mine was not dreamy at all. I couldn't even make a video on that day, so it's only pictures and clips I'll be attaching here and there. However, yeah, it doesn't change the fact that she had her naming. It's gone, done, but I'm not going to do it that way again next time. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.